Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Could Be Worse. My name is Tyler. This is Dom.
Hello, hello, hello. How we doing?
Apologies in advance. There's some construction going on outside my window, which started at 8 in the morning today. So you might hear that in the background. I apologize. I'd tell them to fuck off if I could, but I can't.
You need the apartment still.
Yeah.
You need to be able to live somewhere still.
Dude, they started at 8 in the morning just smashing concrete and throwing it in like this, like the bed of a pickup truck.
Just going at it with a pickaxe.
Just like chain gang style. It was ridiculous.
With just J Balvin after J Balvin song blaring outside your window.
It's like, why start at 8 in the morning? Why start anything at 8 in the morning? I never understand morning people. These people who wake up just ready to attack the world.
I've literally never been. I honestly am at my most awake around like 11 p.m.
Like 8 p.m. is an acceptable time to start something. 8 in the morning? What brain disease do you have where you just get up and you're just ready to start the day?
Well, those same people that start off hot and they're all positive are just like moody and they go to bed by like 9 p.m., you know? They can't hang.
I guess.
It's the same kind of people.
I guess. But I don't understand where that fortitude comes. Like, the first thing that goes through my head every morning is I wish I was dead. And then slowly as the minutes tick by, I overcome that feeling. I get out of bed and I do what I have to do. Of course.
Your days are like a slow climb, you know? You start at the very bottom.
Yes, exactly. And then by like 6, 7 o'clock, I'm starting to hit my stride. That's how it works. It's like slowly as the hours go on, my will to live is marginally increased. But first thing out of bed, it's like if you put a gun to my head, I'd be like, please pull the trigger.
No, I feel you. Yeah. It's going to be shitty when this doesn't, you know, pan out and we are going to have to be waking up at 6 a.m. for our hard manual labor jobs.
No, that's not going to happen. That's not how it's going to shake out. You think that I'm just going to accept failure gracefully and go, well, I guess nope. I'm not going back, bitch. You have to drag me back into... You're going to have to drag me back into that shit kicking and screaming. I will not go quietly.
Yeah.
Got a lot of rage in me, a lot of white rage.
A lot of white rage in you, bud.
Yeah. So this is what I do. This is how I get my white rage out, is I do a podcast. If I can't do a podcast, we're going to have some issues. They put me on a watch list.
Just let, you know, the day a white man can't have a podcast is the day.
They've taken everything from us. We're a proud people, and they've taken everything.
We have nothing left.
Yeah.
Our last bit of culture has been taken from us.
Right.
We are officially just plain just piles of dough.
Yeah.
Well, you're listening to the Bounce Back Boys show. Last week was a little rough.
Oh, yeah. We should probably address that. That was a poor performance. I can't make any promises that this one's going to be any better. We're already on our second take.
This one might be even worse. So,
but in any event, we apologize. We make no promises to improve. And you don't pay for it, so deal with it, you know?
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Start Venmo, and you want to Venmo every week, we'll kick it up a notch. But until the dollars start rolling in, you take what you get, piggy.
Until I start getting some Venmo notifications, you know, you get what you get. Eat your slop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I mean, there's been nothing. The biggest news of this past week was like Facebook went down for 6 hours.
Right.
That was the only story we can talk about and not have to like issue an apology in 2 days.
Well, since this is a socialist podcast, we can have fun with.
Don't say, dude, my dad's gonna cut me off. Thanks a lot, bro. Right now, he's just heard that. He's drafting up a text of like, you are no longer my son. I thought I raised you better than this.
Your bank account has.
Yeah, I'm gonna log in. Yeah, I'm gonna log into my PNC, and it's gonna be like, well, we got some bad news. Yeah. It's been a withdrawal.
What the fuck was I saying?
You said this was a socialist podcast. My dad just shut off my bank accounts and continue. Why did you?
Oh, well, we can make fun of fucking Zuck the Cuck losing like $7 billion in one day.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny.
I guess that's a dub, a dash in the W column.
Right, because someone spilled like a cup of coffee on their servers, and it was like, wow, that's your $7 billion down the drain.
Dude, whoever fucked up the servers is getting like mutilated in a dungeon somewhere. Zuck is literally peeling his fingernails off one by one.
And let's be honest, that motherfucker has zero empathy, like negative empathy.
No.
So he's just like, does that hurt you? Is it painful when I strip your fingernails off one by one? You know?
You have been unfriendly. Just like
just revving up a table saw. It's like a Saw movie. Zuck's just dismembering some fucking poor intern. Spilled a Bang energy drink on their server and took them down for 6 hours.
Every cubicle in the Facebook headquarters has a trap door under your chair. And there's just like a giant Margwa under there, or like one of those monsters from Star Wars, just ready to eat you.
Imagine how much you have to be shitting your pants if you just like hit the wrong button. All of a sudden you're like, fuck. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. My family's dead.
I knew I shouldn't have hit the dab pen on the way to work today. Fuck.
Yeah.
Too many dab pen rips in the fucking Starbucks drive-thru. Now I just shut down Facebook.
And then there's always that moment when you fuck up like that. There's like that stages of grief you go through where you're like, I can fix this. This is okay. It's not even an issue. It's not even a problem. I can fix this.
Undo button. Where's the undo?
Control Z. No. Okay. I can't fix this. I'm fucked. I can run. There's Mexico. There's Canada. There's a lot of places that don't extradite to the United States. I can run.
They don't have Facebook in Mexico, right? I can start fresh. They still got MySpace down there.
Who am I going to go to? I don't know. Where am I going to get a fake passport? Where am I gonna get, okay. I can hide. I can hide in America. There's a lot of places to hide. I'll go to a national park and I'll hide there.
I'm imagining like Neo in the Matrix when he's in the office and he gets the call and he's like freaked out, just dodging like Facebook drones in the cubicle hallways.
Yeah. You're not getting away. Let's be honest. You're going down. If they catch you, and that's it.
Dude, Zuck probably has more surveillance than like the CIA does.
Oh yeah, no, if Facebook was looking for Brian Laundrie, he'd be in a cell by now.
Zuck's just like, if nobody asked, I know exactly where he is.
Yeah.
He just liked his aunt's post of her dog last night. Yeah, I know exactly where he is.
We know everything. Boop, boop, beep, boop.
Checking Brian Laundrie's status update.
Yeah.
Dead in a ditch. You're welcome.
Dude, I wanted to rewatch that Sorkin movie, The Social Network.
Uh-huh.
But like...
They make him almost too human. Jesse Eisenberg, the most inhuman actor on earth, still made him more human than he is in real life.
But also too, because like, it's just... When they made that movie, Facebook like wasn't as much of a monstrosity as it was always a monstrosity.
It was already like huge enough where they make a whole movie about it.
Yeah, but it was kind of like we hadn't really like hit like the level of like brain dead that we're at now.
Yeah.
Where it was still like people like our age, it wasn't just this boomer like cesspool of people reposting like fake coronavirus stories.
And just pictures of their trucks after the car wash.
Yeah, it wasn't just boomers like finding a new way to do chain emails. It wasn't like, forward this to 10 people, your grandkids are going to come out of the closet or something. Like, there's not, they just needed a new platform to do that. They did it by Facebook Messenger instead of like Gmail or whatever. But like watching it now and seeing like Zuck win at the end of the movie, you're like, this is like the worst ending of anything ever. Like
this seems like a prequel almost, like a prequel to like the Darth Vader actually being like made, Right. Yeah. That's exactly what it feels like. It's like, no, kill him. Like literally suffocate him with a pillow.
Right.
Why are you, why is he walking off like with this conglomerate at the end,
Right. Yeah. And he's kind of painted as the protagonist. That like he's a prick in the movie, but he's sort of painted as the protagonist, like an anti-hero or whatever. And like he's like a super villain. It's like if you made a movie about like Jeff Bezos
Right.
10 years ago, and now it's just like,
right, like
you
15
know,
years ago, he's like, oh, now everything can be at your door, and like da-da-da.
he's a scrappy young businessman with a good idea, and you're like, no, he's a
Now he's literally considered like a slave lord.
a bald sociopath who mows down his employees with drones in the warehouse on a daily basis. Yeah.
He has a toilet in his fucking spaceship, but not in his factory.
Did you see the Forbes list came out? And like, it's the most unintentionally funny article I've read in probably years. It's like, it's so tone deaf. It's just, here, I'll pull up the,
Was it just stroking Bezos' dick the whole time?
no, the copy is here. I'll read the intro this is the 2021 Forbes list, the introduction paragraph.
Let's hear it.
It's been a year like no other, and we aren't talking about the pandemic. There were rapid-fire public offerings, surging cryptocurrencies, and skyrocketing stock prices. The number of billionaires on Forbes' 35 annual list of the world's wealthiest exploded to an unprecedented 2,755, 660 more than a year ago. Good for them, right?
Jesus Christ.
Of those, a record high 493 were new to the list, roughly one every 17 hours, including 210 from China and Hong Kong. Another 250.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, the good news continues. Another 250 who've fallen off in past years came roaring back. A staggering 86% are richer than a year ago. Jeff Bezos, our Lord and Savior.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Praise capitalist God.
Is the world's richest for the fourth year running. Congratulations, Mr. Bezos. Worth $177 billion, while Elon Musk rocketed into the number 2 spot with $151 billion as Tesla
That's it?
and Amazon shares surged.
Wow, what a fucking article. Someone wrote that.
Yeah, somebody wrote that and was like, this is
good. Look, the economy's booming. Look.
we're doing so great.
We just made 400 more billionaires. The economy is doing great. That means equality is at an all-time high.
And wait, this is another. It has been a terrible year for many, but the good times keep on rolling for the nation's richest. The 400 wealthiest Americans saw their collective fortune increase 40% over the last year to $4.5 trillion. Nearly all are richer than they were a year ago.
Let the
There are
good
44
times
new
roll.
names on the list, which now requires a minimum net worth of $2.9 billion, up $800 million from a year ago. So we're moving. It's getting harder and harder to make it in this country.
Can't you look out your fucking window and see how much better everything is?
Wait, here's the best punchline in the whole article. Ready? What hasn't increased? Their generosity. The number of Forbes 400 members who gave away more than 20% of their net worth since last year's list dropped from 10 to 8, while those who gave away less than 1% of their wealth rose from 127 to 156. So they're getting more tight-fisted.
Wow. It's going great right now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all the guys that came out the gutter and came from the millionaire list back to the billionaire list. Mm-hmm. Shout out to them.
They were in dire straits. We're glad to see good things happen to good people.
Yeah, you just love to see it.
There's only one person on, because everyone, I was reading the list the other day. It's like Bezos, Musk, Zuckerberg, Gates, Larry Page, and Sergey Brin of Google. It's nobody you're surprised about.
Right.
Jim Walton, the Walton family. They run Walmart and stuff. Phil Knight. You're like, okay, well, the Koch brother, or whoever's left of the Kochs, they're still. So I was scrolling through and I was like, man, there's just really like, there's no surprises here until you hit number 39.
Okay.
When you hit number 39, there's a man named Ernest Garcia II. And everyone else you see like, what are people getting rich off of? There's a column that says like, for example, like Dell Computers,
right,
investments,
like microchips, hedge funds.
Right, music, chemicals, finance, eBay, money management, hedge funds, Facebook, Google, all these things, semiconductors, hospitals, another ethical way to make money. So many different ways that people are getting
One
ahead.
of the top 20th richest people in the world owns non-profit hospital.
Yes, that's not a joke. That's literally number 35. They got rich basically selling aspirin for $90 a pill. Fun. But you hit number 39 and there's the first surprise of you look in the little column where it tells you what they got rich off of. And Ernest Garcia II got rich off of used cars.
Trap lord. That is a trap lord.
I saw that and I said, like, what's wild? Like, you know.
I mean, how good are this man's fucking commercials that he's selling used Toyotas and he's cracking the top 40?
Right. So I was like, who could this man be? And so I looked him up.
How much cocaine is in the trunks of these cars?
And I looked up his Wikipedia, and the little like nut graph that you get is Ernest Garcia II is an American billionaire, used car businessman, and convicted felon.
Yup. So absolute trap lord.
If you look at like what he's famous for, is he got arrested for like insider trading or something, just got like a bunch of white collar charges, went to jail for like, I don't know, 6 minutes or whatever that you get for that, you know?
Sure.
They're like,
He
don't,
walked in and out.
bad, don't do it again. No, no, no. And then just like used the money that he stuffed in like Cayman bank accounts to buy a company and then just became a billionaire.
Beautiful.
And just like,
That's the American dream, man.
he rented, hold on, I'll give you, because it wasn't just used cars. It was like, in 91, Garcia bought Ugly Duckling, a bankrupt rent-a-car franchise for under $1 million, and merged it with his own fledgling finance company and turned it into a company selling and financing used cars for subprime buyers with poor credit history. So basically, he looked at what was going on with subprime mortgages, and he's like,
Yeah.
how can we branch out and innovate the subprime mortgage?
How can I dig deep into the community that is even more desperate than people looking to buy homes, is people are looking to buy junk used Toyotas, and how can I extort them?
Yeah, I want to hawk sham financing to poor people who will get absolutely raped by the interest rates. But they've already got the people who have houses. And so what about the people who are living in their cars? Is it possible to fuck them over too? And can I get on the Forbes list by doing that somehow? And the answer is yes.
He's just like in a business room, just like thinking like, you don't understand how much loose cash these single mothers of 3 are carrying around.
Their pockets are just stuffed and they're looking for somewhere to spend it.
All you gotta do, you just gotta wave a 2007 Toyota Yaris in front of their face.
Right.
And boom. There we go. 3 G's, baby.
I mean, imagine like what kind of like soulless, cold-blooded reptilian you have to be like, how can I fuck over people who can't afford to rent a car?
It's beautiful that these guys get out of jail in like 3 weeks. The guys that ruin communities.
Yeah, I want to see how far he fraudulently obtained $30 million in credit.
Okay.
Through his like company or whatever, and for embezzling not 30,000, but $30 million, he received 3 years of probation.
3 years of probation, meaning if in these 3 years you steal 30 million again,
we'll be very upset.
You might actually
go to jail. You might actually, if you commit a couple more felonies, we might get real angry with you.
We may actually put you in the Ritz-Carlton with an ankle monitor for a month or two.
Yeah. $30 million. And this was in the 90s when that was actually a lot of money.
Right.
This was not like $30 million now. It's like, great, what are you going to do? Like, pay off your loans or whatever.
Get guac or whatever the stupid jokes are.
Right. Yeah. 30 million is like the cost of like a New York City, like 1-bedroom apartment now. So, I mean, this was back when that actually could buy you something. This guy's from Arizona. $30 million in 1991 in Arizona. You own the state.
For a piece of desert trash?
He was the king of Arizona. I guess that's why. Like, think about that. If you went and stole $30 million of anything,
dude, we would go to jail for life for stealing like $1 million.
If you stole $30 worth of shit from Target, they put you in the sin bin at least for a year.
You're going in the solitary. You're going in the box, dude. You're going in the hole.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. And so maybe we are a socialist podcast, because the more I read about this guy, the more. At first, I was like, this is hilarious. And then you start to get angry.
Yeah.
Then you start to go like.
Because that's generally what modern like socialism is. It's just being salty that someone else is doing better than you. Someone's figured out capitalism better than you. That's what socialism is just being angry about that.
Right. Then you find like a tweet about like how they called baseball gay in 2003 or something, and you're like, all right, here's how we're gonna down with the bourgeoisie. Here's how we're gonna do it.
Down with the bourgeois, bro.
Yeah, just email a little screenshot to your boss, and guess who's in the proletariat now? Guess who's a dirty proletariat
Welcome to the
now?
proletariat.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah.
Because that's like really the climate now is nobody wants to see anyone succeed because there's not, let's be honest, the American dream is not only dead, but it's been dead for so long the neighbors are starting to notice the smell and complain.
It's gone to the point where it's the same way how like girls comment on each other's Instagram.
Yeah.
It's complete bullshit. Like
Yeah.
I no longer am I proud of you or like go girl or good shit, man. Like no, none of that.
You're not stunning, you're 30 pounds overweight. That's what the American dream is no longer stunning. It's 30 pounds overweight and it should be wearing a one piece. The bikini's too much.
It should be taking its kids, to the beach, not being at the beach with its girlfriends,
Yeah, it should be wearing something that covers up the C-section scar, not accentuates it. But yeah, whatever.
It should be wearing 3 pairs of Spanx.
Right. I'm not a fashion photographer. I'm just saying, it's not the most flattering angle.
And some diabetic socks.
You're hiking the bottoms up. You're not fooling anybody. I see a spare tire poking out of the top, It's like a cup that's overflowing.
Yeah. I can see the Photoshop curving the tree behind you.
But, so there is no chance to get ahead anymore. That's really dead and buried. And so the only option, the only like catharsis in this country anymore is seeing other people eat shit brutally. Just absolutely shit the bed and lose everything. And you go, well, down with the rest of us now,
Well, welcome to the club.
welcome to the club, buddy.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy your stay. It's going to be a while.
Everyone has just gone progressively like way more salty about everything.
Yeah, just spiteful, vindictive, petty.
Spiteful, negative.
To the point where like there is a mass shooting this week, of course.
I don't have that notification on anymore.
Yeah. And like the whole we're beyond, because it used to be mass shooting, everyone's arguing about gun control before they even, mop the blood out of the hallway,
Yeah.
There's still the algebra class, there's still blood splattered on the whiteboard, and they're already talking about AR-15s and long rifles and, open carry and shit. It's bananas. People are sociopaths. Mm-hmm. And we've moved beyond that, where now we're just arguing like what race the shooter was. You're like,
oh, white one this time. Who had white one for for 100? Who had white for 100?
Puerto Rican, close but no cigar.
Shit. I took the underdog. I went Pakistani.
Well, that's your problem. Yeah, DraftKings is running a special this week of like, the over under on.
Dude, that would DraftKings is soulless. They would do that, dude.
Oh yeah. I mean, they make money anyway. They might one day. I don't want to talk shit about any companies because we are open to sponsorships.
True. We would completely, you guys should use DraftKings.
We are a socialist, but if you want to sponsor our podcast, you could increase your audience by, dozens of potential customers. So
dozens. Up to 100, maybe.
It's on the table. It's up to you to make the first move. Ball's in your court, DraftKings. Anyway, I don't know. Point being is like, we're so like we don't care. We never cared about the dead kids. That was never. No one ever really gave a shit about that. They pretended to. Not really high on the priority list. It was more like, I'm gonna look like a good person on Twitter.
Yeah.
And
it immediately just goes to, all right, how does this help me, or
how do I make this about myself? How can I inject myself into this tragedy? But we've even moved beyond that now of just like, how can I use this to be like, see, the people I don't like are bad.
Right.
Like the school shooting this week the shooter was, I believe, was a black, or the mug shot they're plashing on social media was of a black kid. Mm-hmm. And like breaking 911 and like, all those like right-wing news accounts were like, oh, it wasn't us this time. It was Chicago, black on black violence.
Bobby, I need the whole department on the phone. This is code black.
Oh, yeah, he voted for Biden. He posted on his Facebook page. He voted, okay, go.
Go.
And it's like, they haven't even caught the guy yet. And they're already arguing about like how much jail time he should get. And then like, if it's a white shooter, the like left wing, they'll come out and be like, Shocking.
Shocking. Another one?
And I've lost count. And they get that like snark, you know, that insufferable snark of they're like, well, if everyone listened to me, we wouldn't be in this position.
If you guys read my tweet from 8 years ago, this would already be solved.
Did you not see the pinned tweet, honey? It's like, okay, you're not doing anything either, okay? The people breaking out the pom-poms and short skirts for the fucking black shooter, they're not exactly pushing our country forward, but you pretending like because you watch 3 hours of MSNBC a week somehow could have prevented this if everyone just listened to you. That's not really helping either. And so it's just become this whole like finger pointing exercise of anytime something bad in this country happens and people just go, those other guys are really fucking dropping the ball here, huh?
It's wild. The two, like the right wing take is so nuts too. It's like, well, if the kids all had guns, this wouldn't be a problem. They would all just shot them.
Yeah, they're just like the problem is the police budget's too small. And you're like, why don't
the police don't have enough free time?
Yeah, why don't we give the police department a Sherman tank and see how that fucking pans out? All right, well, there's no bad ideas except for that one. That's
except this guy.
Yeah.
Literally this guy.
Kick him out. Get him out of here. Who invited him to the fucking brainstorming session anyway? Yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's just like you can't, something happens and it's just no matter what it is, it's like, okay, here's the one take, here's the other take, and everyone doesn't inject any empathy or any like, wow, like, you know, there's a hurricane, all those people are dead. They're just like, how is this Joe Biden's fault? And then someone else goes, no. Look, you look at Donald Trump. I know he hasn't been president in a while, but he was a real bad apple, that guy.
That's true. They're like, every post I see defending Biden, it's like, yeah, but Trump was way worse.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Right. And it's like, well, wasn't the point here to not like, I don't know, like
Shouldn't we have a guy that doesn't suck?
Right. Like, wasn't the idea here to maybe have like like a real president, you know? Game show host, dementia patient, neither, you know, is rocking a hard place, maybe. I don't know. And then this is where like I say like, well, why don't we give Bernie a shot? And then again, my dad shuts my bank accounts off. So I don't know. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Our whole generation would be
right.
You know,
That's the thing is everyone has like a socialist point of view. Like they can't talk too loud because if their parents hear them talking shit, they're gonna be like, oh, you don't like capitalism? Well, I guess you don't want these stocks that I just sell you to pay your rent this month, you know? So
Right. This roof was built on capitalism.
Our entire generation is like mooching off our like conservative boomer parents while at the same time like talking,
just screaming about how awful they are.
enormous amounts of shit. So it's like we're kind of in this weird of like if it gets too real, the spigots can get turned off and we're really in trouble. So we gotta tread lightly.
Yeah.
So is this a socialist podcast? Is this a fascist podcast? I'll tell you what kind of, it's whatever podcast that won't make my dad angry. Okay?
It's whatever you want it to be, baby.
It's open to, like all good works of art, it is open to interpretation.
As far from it as it may seem, this is art.
Mm-hmm. And make no mistake, if we ever hit that Forbes list, we'll step on your heads too. We're not above it. We'll squash the little people if we have to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's hell out there, but you have us to look forward to every weekend. And you know what? I think this one might have been better than last weekend's.
I think this one may have been like marginally better. So,
it's
you know,
a game, much like football, it is a game of inches, and we are 1 inch closer to the end zone.
All right, I think that's gonna be it from me and Meat Stick here.
You don't end the show. I end the show. I say it's time. Thank you for listening. We're done. Not because Dom said so, because I said so. Because I'm in charge. Please send all the money to me. Thank you. Okay, folks. Well, thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for coming back after last week. We appreciate that. We'd appreciate if you followed us on Twitter at the CBW Pod. Visit us online, thecouldbeworspod.com. We'll start dropping Venmos eventually, but we're not that desperate yet. And other than that, Dom, anything to add?
Nah, fuck you and fuck everybody else.
Okay, folks. We'll see you next week.